This is Jet Barrier at the Nantucket Comedy Festival. Tonight is the All-Star Gala event, Boston versus New York, and a tribute to Lenny. Oh, thank you, Meryl.
You're welcome.
This looks delightful. What sort of sauce is that?
Lemon thyme aioli sauce.
Oh my God, that is delicious. Thanks so much. Anyway, Nantucket Comedy Festival, Jet Barrier, outside the tent. It's the All-Star New York versus Boston Throwdown, and a tribute to the man himself, the legend, Mr. Lenny Clarke, the man from Nantucket. I'm just gonna die for. Tonight, Boston or New York?
I'm voting for both of them. It's going to be a wonderful evening. I think everybody's going to be hilariously funny, and I'm voting for a tie and going into extra innings all night.
Wow, that's a very diplomatic and entertainment savvy, because you're going to get more for your dollar.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. You guys are representing New York, correct?
That is correct, yeah. I'm born and raised, he knows me, so we have us two, and then we have Maureen, right?
Maureen.
I thought we had a Maureen on our team, but we have Maureen. But she's strong, and we're gonna do all right.
Carrying this team, you have no idea. Carrying it.
I was never that pretty. Do you understand me? I was never that pretty. Let me tell you something. When you're a kid and you look in the mirror and looking back as an afro and buck teeth, you start writing, you start reading, you start coming up with some witty quips. Do you follow this? You get beautiful on the inside, my friends.
What's going to happen, guys? Who wants to talk first? All right.
We're going to go out and we're going to go hard. We're going to just, everyone's going to get in. Everyone's a hitter.
So what is the goal here? Just to humiliate New York?
Completely annihilate New York. That's a daily goal for us. We live in Boston. That's a daily goal.
And why do they even have a slow ferry? Why not make that faster? I was on a ferry. There was a fire truck on the ferry. Yeah. Any of you folks live out here? Do you? You got to come up with a better system than that, don't you? I mean, that can't be efficient.
New York City, how many over New York City? All right, by applause, Boston.
Lenny Clarke.
Yeah, who is he? I think you're honoring him, right?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I just met him tonight for the first time, but we all know him, right? I mean, and comics put down everybody. They were giving him a love fest last night, talking about him. So I'm looking forward to working with him tonight.
Lenny Clarke.
Funniest man on the planet.
Lenny Clarke.
God, comedy god, walking on water kind of god.
Lenny Clarke.
For my money, pound for pound, when Lenny wants to turn it on, he's the best club comic in the country. No doubt.
He's the comedian's comedian. The comedian, when this guy would go into a room, all the comedians would run in. Usually when another comic goes up, if it's not about you, you leave. This guy completely changed it. It's an honor for him to be here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lenny Clarke, the first man from Nantucket! We're honoring the man who started everything in Boston. What is it? How many years ago? Can we actually
35
say?
years.
35 years ago. People do not understand that there weren't a lot of comedy clubs all across the country. It was like New York and LA. The Boston way was the headliner hosted the show and he brought up his friends. And it was nuts. And you had to follow somebody who had the best hour in the business. And as you want to ask why there's so many great Boston comics around, it's because you had to follow these guys. And Lenny Clarke started it all. This place called the Bing Ho.
It's amazing that after 35 years, it all started as a joke in a Chinese restaurant, and now I'm in a tent on a beach. I feel like a gypsy, you know. But this is very, very exciting. I'm glad to be here tonight. So this is it, huh? All right, thank you. Good night. Now, so I got a lighthouse with a guy with nose and glasses. That's great. That's what I need after 35 years in comedy.
So there it is. New York had a strong performance, but the boys from Boston could not be beaten. And, Lenny Clarke gets to go home with a lighthouse with a plastic nose on it. I think he's very happy about that.
Absolutely. He's the king. Lenny's the king.
He's the king. And
that's why we're so funny, because he taught us how to do that.
You got any final words for tonight?
No, that's keep the streets clear, though, because this party afterwards could get crazy.
You heard it. Actually, by the time you hear this, it'll have been too late.
Yeah.
Jet Barrier.
So in that case, if you see us on the street somewhere, wake us up.
Just nudge him. Give him a gentle nudge.
Thanks for having us.
Congratulations.
See you later.
That does it for the first annual Nantucket Comedy Festival. One of the winning team. Jet Barrier.